Hello again there, it's Crystal here. I'm going to prepare your monthly reading, so I will be putting the camera down soon and we go into your cards. I'm not going to make this long. So for those that are already subscribed and who are following me, thank you for being here. Thank you for having my back, for supporting me. For those of you who are new and haven't subscribed yet, maybe consider doing so. Maybe click that alert bell, because then you know when new readings come out, because I do monthly, weekly. Well, I may stop with weekly readings because I'm not having a good feel about them. But let's see, I'm testing the waters here. Anyway, I do specific readings, monthly readings, new moon and full moon readings, and there's a lot of wind here. So I have this noise in the background, which you may hear from the curtain rods and from outside. Well, it's really very windy all of a sudden. So you may hear some strange noises, but that's not a problem. I'm not going to do this again. Also, don't forget, 30th of September, my winner will come out for those of you who entered the contest. Okay, I will announce the winner of that contest on the September 30th, and all you have to do, well, I'll tell you in the video when I draw the name. So that's it from me to you for now. Hang on, let's put the camera down, let's get back to business and down and dirty into our cards. Hello Gemini, this is your October reading. Now, I'm looking at these cards and I think, what is this about? But I'm going to start with the word. This is your word, and I find that what has been happening, because I always mix up my readings a little bit the way I do them. Okay, my dogs are really so annoying. Whenever I start readings, either they start to walk around and make noise, or either the neighbor's dogs start to bark. But okay, nothing about that now. It's about you, Gemini. So I found that this card, so I mix it always up, but I pull this card first randomly, and then this is sort of the word for the month, the word that is easy for you to remember, so that you can anchor yourself, to ground yourself whenever things are sort of a little bit like, oh, up in the air. Oh, and now I see here, okay, things make a lot of sense now. Okay, the word is breakthrough. I soar into limitless love, light, and joy. But breakthrough means that before there was stuckness. Now, I don't know what the stuckness was about, but there was stuckness. But here, what is happening here in these cards is that you get out of stuckness and there's movement again. So the breakthrough, yes, there is movement again. We have, first of all, I don't read positionally. Maybe you already know that. If you have been in my world, you know that I just read the cards. I also read a lot according to images, but never position, but I am drawn to a certain card. So I take that card, and that, of course, breakthrough, moving again, that breakthrough is setting you on a new cycle. Like, okay, I'm going to take a risk here. I'm going to do something new. And this can be in whatever area of your life. So maybe you are you're leaving a relationship. It's a possibility, because there's also a choice. There's a big choice here you're going to have to make. This is the breakthrough for me. Is after this. I feel this is the past card, a fork in the road. There's two roads, there's two paths in front of you, and you are blindfolded. You're thinking about these two choices, because swords is the element of air. So there is this really considering, weighing your options. But the blindfold here for me in this reading, and especially also with that Queen of Cups here, this blindfold for me is like, okay, I'm weighing my options, but I'm also considering my gut instinct and my gut feeling, not only my rational mind. And yes, there is a rational part involved, yes, So what am I going to do? Am I going to leave this job and I'm going for another one? Am I going to stay in this relationship? Am I going away? Is this relationship good for me? Do I need to have a word with my partner or with my business partner about something that has been bothering me? And that in itself is a choice that could lead you, that conversation could lead you in a completely different direction, isn't it? And it will. I feel with this Fool, there is a different direction. Maybe in your business, if you talk to your business partner, maybe you split up and each go their own way. But it could also be that you say together, yes, we're going to take a risk. This is a good idea. We're going to take a risk and we're going to go for it. But there is a breakthrough moment that sort of tears off this blindfold and makes you go through either that road or that road. Whatever the choice is that you make. But the breakthrough makes you take the choice. Now, I feel here, I'm going to look at this Four of Swords, and I feel here this is also this is a timeout to ponder. I mean, this, you know that you have to make a choice, but I feel that this is also more past energy where you knew, okay, I need to have this talk with my business partner, with my romantic partner. Maybe we need to make a choice about, selling our home or renting a new home or moving home, something like that. It's quite an impactful choice you have to make. But before you open up the conversation, you have been pondering that. You have been pondering the change you want to bring, but you don't see how to bring it. You don't see which fork in the road you're going to take. You're not sure of that path. It's been on your mind. It's been on your mind for a while, Gemini. But all of a sudden, trust that this month, there's a breakthrough in it. There's a breakthrough, and that Fool is coming in very strongly. That Fool is the card I was first drawn to. And I'm seeing you on a new journey, a new path. You're choosing a path here. You're going on there. There is a risk involved. But, there's also joy involved because it sort of gives you energy. There's also, the moment you have the choice, you have that breakthrough, you can actually start to make a plan. Look, you're looking ahead. You're looking at that same road here, one of these two, okay? But you're looking ahead. You're starting to make a plan. The Fool has no plan. When you start here, when you make the choice and you start as the Fool, you just go. It's just like the Nike. We all know it. Go for it, yeah? Oh, or what is it? I don't remember. Anyway, the Fool card here is go for it. Yeah? Really go for it. But then the moment you are going for it and you're starting your journey, of course you're going to start planning. Of course you're going to see a better direction. You're getting a clearer view of the path ahead. And with that clearer view comes more inspiration. Fire, the fire element. Inspiration, but also fire always burns away for itself. The spirit of fire is very potent. It takes away obstacles. It destroys obstacles. But when a fire burns in the grass or in a forest, yeah, it's not nice when there's forest fires. I know that it's horrible, but also in the olden days, they used to burn like the fields. So the fields would become more fertile again. And it would burn away obstacles. It would burn away residues of the old. And that is what this fire here means. You also see like, okay, maybe there's an obstacle, but I can go through it. I can overcome that obstacle. I don't see it as an obstacle. I now see a clear path ahead. And yes, there will be challenges. There will be some elements that you need to take care of. But there's also passion, fire, and in it because you're seeing clearly where you need to go. Now, when I said the breakthrough is, and when I said here, you're weighing your options with your rational mind, but also with your emotions, That is this Queen of Cups. Look, this Queen of Cups. She also has the moon is here. Moon is emotions. Water is emotions. She is connected to that water with her feet in the water. But also look at the symbolic meaning here. She's holding the cup and that moon is above, shining brightly. Like, as almost like it's this light here as well. Here, this is the sun, yes. But it could also be the moon with a little bit, Anyway, there's a light shining. All of a sudden, there is that breakthrough. So yes, the breakthrough will come. It will also be an emotional breakthrough, where here, maybe because of an emotional connection, you were a little bit hesitant. I mean, here you've been pondering, yeah, and that is more rational pondering. But because of the emotional element, sometimes it's a bit hard to really, make the decision. But the blindfold will be ripped off by the breakthrough, and the Fool will come in. Now, this Queen of Cups also is you getting on top of that emotional element. You're seeing, okay, I feel a bit emotional about this. I know it's hard. Maybe there may be some losses involved. I may be hurting someone. For example, if it's about to split up in a relationship or in a business partnership or whatever, something like, okay, you're going your own way, then of course people will be hurt. And that emotion is there. And that's maybe why you're hesitant. But also, even if you have to have the conversation and you still go in the same direction, or you decide to go on but in a different way, in a relationship, in a business partnership, to try out new stuff, to try out a new way of being in a business partnership, it can be in a romantic relationship, in a friendship. Still, there is an emotional component, but you get on top of that, that emotional weight. That emotional weight is no longer obstructing you. The breakthrough, and even, because emotionally you also have a breakthrough. You also see, okay, I need to do this, because if I stay here and I stay in this pondering position and I don't make a decision, I will stay pondering and wondering, and then there comes resentment. So you also know that you have to sort of take charge here. Emotional charge, rational charge, even passionate fire charge, action charge. Now the Seven of Swords here, usually in other decks, this is sometimes like conflict, fighting, because the swords are crossed, yeah? So there is conflicting ideas, even conflicting points of views. But there's also here this person carefully studying all these conflicting points of views. And I feel that when you go on that road and you start as Fool and you have plans, yes, there will be different ideas. If you are in a partnership, there will come different thoughts and ideas, and you need to really study those. But it can also be that when you see this road clearly ahead, you need to study. You need to study the obstacles, the challenges, and you need to sort of think about that. You need to learn. There's maybe an element of learning new things involved here as well. With this if it's about a business or a job or a career, maybe there is some studying involved here, studying the subject, studying the product or the service. Maybe it's even a market study. It can be as simple as that. If it's about a relationship, then it's also, learning. I feel this is learning about each other. If you stay in the relationship, it's learning about, okay, your point of view, your partner's point of view, your friend's point of view. If it's in a business partnership, it can also be listening to each other's point of view. And then sometimes you will need to cut through, things that are not matching, that not going together. But let's have a look what the other cards say. So I'll be pulling more cards out, and then we'll enter 2 more message cards. But again, remember, this is sort of your anchoring point, that card of breakthrough. Okay. King of Wands on that Seven of Cups. Love that. On that, where I'm getting Queen of Cups. So the Queen of Cups, the emotional breakthrough, emotional, also gathering, saying, okay, I'm not going to be like over sentimental. I'm also going to be in charge of my emotions, and I'm seeing the emotional component. I'm no longer letting it obstruct myself. Now, the King of Wands also knows in a way that when you have the component of the emotion under, under wraps, and you have it under control, you are letting the king out, the fire, the same ones from these ones here. You're letting your passionate king out, your passionate side. And also it's passionate because of, the position of the king on top of that, well, not on top, but above that fool. They are connected, these cards, yeah? In this new journey, there will also be an emotional component. The Queen of Cups, it will be there. Of course, because there is excitement there. There may be also a little bit of fear because you're taking a risk. But then there comes the King of Wands, and then I feel this risk is being reduced, and you only see the enthusiasm. Enthusiasm, that emotion is going to be the primary emotion, the fire burning again, passion, energetic. You're getting energy from this new journey you're doing. It's beautiful. The Seven of Swords, the Six of Swords. So we have the Seven of Swords, we have I don't know what's happening. I am a little bit, I have these, it's not vertigo, but I have lightheadedness spells in the morning, and that sometimes really affects my vision. And yeah, this is one of those mornings where it's happening. Six of Swords. There is transition. Yeah, Four of Swords, you're pondering. Then you're making a decision to cut through the indecision, really. But again, when there's planning, when you have the road ahead and you have a clear idea, you're going on the road. You're going on this journey, this new adventure. And you don't know where you're going to end up. Not yet. You don't see the shore. Now, also, often the Six of Swords implies some things feels like a loss. Some things you are leaving behind. Look at the posture of the woman and the child here. But don't forget, the boat is steering into a new direction, and where it will land, you don't know. There is a clear path ahead, yes, but the end point, you don't know. You don't know the end results, and in a way, that can stir up a bit of fear as well, but I wouldn't be too worried about that. No, because I feel that, yeah, so in a way, as well, this can be a few things. This can be, you're coming together with your business partner or your romantic partner or the friendship, saying, okay, let's try this. Let's try this and let's take the risk. It's sort of you're agreeing on something. You're coming together. You're getting behind the same vision, behind the same decision. And in a way, so I don't think you will be leaving a relationship or the business partnership. It just needs to change. The energy, the quality, the vibe of it needs to change. But you're both behind it. I feel maybe that, your partner as well, even it's a business partner or a romantic partner or a friend, maybe they will also have been pondering and have been sort of in a dilemma, am I going to talk about it? Am I going to suggest it that we need a new way of being in our business, a new way of being in our relationship? We need to have a conversation. Maybe both of you have been doing that. Wow, the Tower. Okay, I'm going to pull the other ones, and then I'm going to go back to that Tower. I just want to see. That's a good one. Six of Wands. Okay, I'm not... One jumped, but I'm not going to... I'm going to put it aside, but I'm going to read it, but I'm going to read it here. Because I feel it needs to be here. Breakthrough is going to open up loads of new opportunities. And I feel that maybe in this moment of time, you may not see all the opportunities, but the breakthrough will come. Now, there is also an external element that is going to sort of launch you into having that conversation, into cutting through that dilemma. An external component is going to be there in the business relationship, in the romantic relationship, in the friendship. And that is going to sort of, clear the way for you to start here. You may be a little bit risk avoidant here. And that's why you've been pondering this for so long. And that's why it's a bit of a dilemma. But when you get on top of, your fears as well, and you embrace that King of Wands, yes, you can do this. But there is an external component, an external element that will help you make the decision, that will cut through your indecision. And that breaks open everything, yes? That breaks open the newness. That breaks open disagreement. And that makes you have the conversation, that takes off the blindfold. That tower is that breakthrough. And it feels like it's breakthrough usually are internal breakthroughs, but here I feel there's also an internal element. Of course, in the end, the breakthrough needs to be internal as well, because if you're not behind it, then forget it, it's not going to work. But that tower for me is an extra element that helps with your internal breakthrough, but it's an external element. So let's see what more. And I lost my viewfinder, so first I'm going to put my viewfinder back. Okay, so I had to re-put my viewfinder on because otherwise I don't see what I'm doing. Anyway, but I edit those things out, so don't worry about it. Anyway, so more. What's more here? Let's have a look. Wow, King of Wands and King of Pentacles. So it means that don't hang on to those emotional objects, really get on top of them, because not only is there passion again and enthusiasm for that new road ahead, but it's also like a money-making, if it's, especially for business, yeah, it's a money-making venue or a money-making decision, yes. And maybe you're hesitant to do it because maybe it feels really risky, but don't worry about it because it's going to be good for the business. Now, if it's in a relationship, in a romantic relationship, I feel it's also a good omen, this card, because it will tell me that, whatever conversation you have, whatever changes in your relationship, but you're both behind it, it's going to be good for the relationship. It's going to make the relationship stronger. Look, the king is, I'm not looking at this pentacle here in this case. I'm looking at the surroundings of this king. Garden. There's a home, it's good, it's solid, there's a solidity to this card. I mean, and also the yellow, it's a good card, it's a happy card in that respect, but also a strong card. Garden is growing, he is solidly put in that throne, he's sitting, confident. So yeah, it's going to be good if you make that change to the relationship. So if you're pondering something, it's time now to really get through that dilemma, because staying in the dilemma is not going to help you, Gemini. Knight of Wands. So we had a King of Wands, we have a King of Pentacles, we have a Knight of Wands. And then here, I forgot to read these cards. I'm sorry. Why? Oh, that's because I lost my viewfinder, of course. So that external element. But the Four of Swords, I feel that the moment it comes in, you're going to start the choice you're going to make is going to be the right one, because I feel the Six of Wands here is you're going in the right direction. It's also future oriented. So it is with this Fool and with this Three of Wands where the road is clear. It's also the right road. It's the right path you're taking. So don't worry about your choice, because the choice, the thing you have in your head, and I think you already know which one is the best one, it's going to be the right one. And then we have the Eight of Pentacles. I feel this Eight of Pentacles is further out, and because I sort of forgot to read these cards, and I see now this King of Pentacles. So if it's a business decision, I see you and your business partner working hard and diligently on the new path. It's forging ahead, it's working hard, but it's also going to bring in money. Now, there is also some details that need to be worked out here as well. If it's about a romantic relationship, where also I already had a peek, of course, because the King of Pentacles already came out, where I said it's solid, it's good, it's the right decision, it's the right path for the relationship as well, and it will make the relationship move in a better direction. So it will make the relationship grow in a better way. And that's also this, that's both of you working together with similar and, values that work well together, not contradictory values. I mean, we all have our own value system, yes, but you're working together and you're willing to see each other's values and to respect them and to honor them, but they work well together. So yes, that's good. So I'm going to go back to this deck now. I'm very sorry for that, but sometimes it happens. It means it has to happen. So that Knight of Wands, we're on that Knight of Wands here. Again, here there is that period where, yes, the road is clear, but where you're going to come out, you don't know. But it doesn't matter, because the Knight of Wands tells me it doesn't matter. It's not about the end goal here. It's really about the journey. And it is the journey that's bringing you new passion. It's bringing you renewed energy. The journey in the relationship, the journey in the friendship, the journey in the business partnership, this new journey with all the risks it involved. The risks are a minor thing here, because what is very important is that I feel what's happened before is that whatever it is, in the relationship or in the business relationship, something was old, something was stale, something was like, bleh, yuck, been there, done that, seen it all, not really getting my fire burning again, not really having any motivation or inspiration anymore. And with this new path, and the ideas and the path you see, and even the journey here, because this is really the journey. It's symbolizing the journey of the Fool. That news here, he starts. Here is also the journey. Okay, that Tower needs to be here, but that Knight of Wands tells me there is new energy here. There is like, okay, you feel alive again. In the relationship, in your work, in your career, in the business you have with someone else, yes, you're starting to feel alive again. Where before you may have found yourself to be really, like you had something about you had died, or a little piece of you had died, and now that's being reignited. So that's beautiful with that breakthrough. Okay, so here is where sometimes you need to study each other's ideas. Also, you may need to study some services, some products, some marketing, doing some marketing on that new way in the business. But if it's about relationship, and sometimes you have contradicting views, yes, that doesn't mean that you have different values. Maybe you have different ideas of how that relationship is going to evolve, and that can bring in sometimes a little bit of fear. Now, this fear is also general. I mean, when there's a Fool and there's risk to be taken and it feels risky, of course there's going to be fear involved. Yes, when that external Tower comes in, this can also be like it triggers your fears. Yes, it can trigger your fears. I mean, that would be very strange if it wouldn't do that. So don't worry. Ooh. So you have the King of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. Now see these two, this Four of Swords, that horse is looking in the direction of the future. Now the horse of the Knight of Pentacles is doing that as well. Is also future oriented, looking in the direction of the future, planning. But he's holding that value. So in a relationship, this would be really about, again, value-based, honoring, respecting each other, and then working towards the same future, working together, journeying together to the same future. Like here, if it's about a partnership, of course, again, there are ideas. It's all these pentacles. There is also a money idea involved. There is this possibility that with that new risk you're taking in your business, you're going to make more money. There is something solid about the idea you have, and the road you want to take with your business. And it's a good idea. It's a good road because it will make money, but you'll need to work a little bit on the details. I mean, the details need to be worked out, and that could be this as well. The Seven of Swords and the Eight of Pentacles together tells me, yeah, you have to think a little bit of how you're going to bring about that new idea. And then also, take care of the details. But there is a money element here, so it would be good if this is about your business, yes, where you take the risk. Another fool. Yeah, another fool. Yeah, you're in the right direction. With the fool is like a sort of a reminder of this original fool we have here. And I feel that sometimes if that fear gets in and triggers you, remind yourself of all the passion you get here and all the fire you get, that igniting of fire and energy, of motivation, enthusiasm. And then go on, sometimes you don't see the road ahead, doesn't matter. The fool is there. The fool doesn't have to see the road. He doesn't have to know everything that's ahead. And that's the beauty of the fool. The fool goes anyway, even though it's risky, even though there is sometimes fear. But because it's an extra card, it's not a main card. The basis cards are the big ones here. These cards are the basic cards, this one here. I feel this fool is sort of an extra energy saying to you, and it's also under that 6, and here going in the right direction. Yeah, going in the right direction and not being too worried about what may happen. Because of course things are going to happen, but you can't see them yet. And you don't have to know them yet, and you don't have to see them yet. And that is also, of course, fear triggering. But don't worry, because you are on a fool's journey, and the fool's journey is to go and to take the risk and to enjoy the journey. Now there's 5 of Swords here. I feel this is a weird card because of all the other cards. But I feel this is also a fear card because it's here on that on the 2 of Swords. It's that fear of win or lose, What if I take one of these roads and I lose everything? Or if I can't win, if I can't convince the other person of my business idea? What if in the relationship, what if we have the conversation and all goes to shit, all falls down the drain, our relationship is over. I feel this is just merely, and because it's also under that moon, I feel that is really the fear. I feel the fear is mostly triggered when you really going to rip off the blindfold. And that's also why you're so hesitant to rip off the blindfold, because there is so much fear, the what if fear. The what if I'm doing it wrong? The what if they don't like what I say? The what if it all goes down the drain? Everything that we have worked for until now, whether that's in a romantic relationship or in a business relationship. What if it, with my decision, everything just disappears and goes away? But I feel you need to break through that indecision, because otherwise you're going to stay stuck. And then if you stay stuck, what may happen is this anyway. Even though you feared it so much and you're not taking action because of the fear, then it may go down the drain anyway, because of the staleness, because of the non-energy that you're having, Gemini, or you had in the just recent past. So that's for the moment. Let's go to the messages. So this is the Enchanted Map Oracle card. Okay, what? Okay, that's 1, and then okay, I want this one. This one here. Okay, let's see, Gemini. Let's finish this reading. Education. That is that, that 7 of Swords, where you have to concentrate, where you have to learn. You also have, if this is about a personal relationship, you have to learn about the other person's boundaries and values and respect that. Because the more you learn about the other, the more, the better the relationship is going to be. There is light shining then, yeah? Enlightenment. Educate yourself. Now, if it's about that new business decision, there will be some lessons that need to be learned here, some things you need to study, and some details that need to be worked out, and that is based on the things you learn. So maybe your business idea needs a bit of, maybe an online course or something like that. There's an element of studying here. And then we have the lion spirit who is with you, and it says be generous of spirit. I feel if you embrace the being generous, and in generous I feel here in this reading particularly, it's about understanding the other point of view from the other person. If you are open to that, and if you just listen without judging, without interrupting, and just listening to the other person, but really listening, and also listening, like I say always, listening between the lines, then you are generous of spirit, then you give it your all. And then everything that is here has a way of being successful or being good. That King of Pentacles, that solidity, that gives solidity to the personal relationship or the business relationship. So Gemini, that is your reading for October. I hope you liked it. If you liked it, give me a like, maybe share with other people. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, maybe consider doing so and clicking that alarm bell. Then you'll know when I am putting out new readings, because I do regular readings. I am doing moon readings, full moon, new moon, monthly readings, specific readings for specific areas of life. Daily cards. There's daily cards on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Yes. I have been doing weekly readings, but they are taking up a lot of my time, and I feel they are not as important. Not that they're not important, but they're not as valid, or they don't have the same depth. So I am sort of in doubt. This week I'm not going to do one because I was overwhelmed. I had a lot to do this weekend. There was a moment where I was so tired because I was sleeping badly, so I have forgone the weekly reading for the week from, let's see, November 27th until October 3rd. There's no weekly reading. I may be doing during the week just a pull of 3 cards and you choose a card very quickly, very shortly, but I don't know yet. Anyway, doesn't matter. Anyway, I'm doing other readings, so if you subscribe, you know when those readings come out. If you click that alarm bell, of course. The other thing I want to say, you can still enter the competition to win a tarot reading, and the competition, the winner will be announced on September 30th. All you have to do is put the words Rose Crystal in the comment box in YouTube only. Rose Crystal, and then I'll pull your name. It will be announced on September 30th, so that's also a good reason to maybe subscribe and click the alarm bell, because then you'll know if you are the winner, yes or no. That's it from me to you, Gemini. For now, let's see each other soon again. Speak soon. Bye and thank you.